here and see what we've got ahead of us, of course. A day of infamy. While the United States was still in conversation with the Japanese government towards the maintenance of peace in the Pacific, reports from the U.S. Navy base at Pearl Harbor reveal a sudden and deliberate attack by Japanese and naval and air forces against our nation. This is going to be the Battle of Pearl Harbor, guys, and we are playing from the American perspective. Let me remind you that if you get more Rising Sun, not Morning Sun, you can actually play this battle from the Japanese perspective, so it's quite fascinating. But I wonder how we're going to be doing here. You guys can place bets already, because I don't know how this is going to go. I don't actually believe I've ever played the Pacific campaign in this game. I've always stuck to Panzerkrieg and my favorite, the Winter War. It's really just a fun campaign all throughout. So let's see what we get here, folks. Once again, guys, now that the stream officially started, I'm going to remind you once again, 90% off a lot of Slytherin games. This is definitely the time to buy. It's the holiday sale, so I would recommend if you've got anything on your list, go get it now, guys. All right, let's take a look at this mission briefing, folks. We're under attack. This is not a drill. Japanese fighters and bombers are coming in from all directions, targeting our ships and naval infrastructure. Radar stations report more enemy aircraft closing in fast. The initial Japanese attack wave was mistaken for friendly bombers and has caught us completely by surprise. Our forces across the island are in disarray and totally unprepared. Make contact with the other defenders and try to organize an effective resistance against the Japanese raiders. So here we go, guys. Pretty straightforward. Of course, Japan is going to have the first move, as this is pretty much a preemptive strike. We're not expecting it, just like the real Pearl Harbor here. They're just hitting us out of nowhere. And look at that. Already some nasty hits. -2. That's no good. Got some more Japanese zeros coming in. And I have to say, the Japanese Air Force doesn't get enough respect. They actually had fine Air Force. It's just their actual planes were very easy to shoot down. You know, they purposely went for speed over protection. So we have to endure this attack for 15 turns, guys. That seems pretty tough, especially when you realize the only forces we have at our disposal right now are the destroyer Gleaves. And we'll see what other forces we have that we can use to defend this area. But let me take a look here. Do a sonar sweep, we can launch a torpedo, but that's about it. So I think we're going to have to get the Gleaves out of here. I'm not sure if he can actually fire on the Japanese planes at all. Let's take a look over here. Okay, that's not under our control at all. So I think right now we just have to be concerned with the Gleaves. As you can see, we don't have any actual requisition points to purchase any new units. Not a significant amount anyway. So maybe we just have to sort of watch the entrance here to the west of Hickam Field and see if any more Japanese arrive. Well, that's right. We have this medical jeep, and let's take a look if that actually is one of the objectives. Okay, visit airfields to activate fighter aircraft. Very cool. Visit primary VPs to activate AA guns. Okay, pretty straightforward here. So we want to try and get this Jeep as close to one of these VPs as possible. At that point, we can activate the gun. I think this would be one of them, or one of them is over here by Hickam Field. Let's go here first. Heads up. We got the anti-air gun, guys. Now we can actually start putting up a fight against the Japanese. We're going to open fire on the Kanko. Oh, this might not be a zero. I'm mistaken, I think. Or maybe it is a zero. Maybe the zero is called the Kanko. If somebody wants to let us know in the comments, please do. Nice shot there by our men, and of course we want to just keep moving this Jeep around. Unfortunately, we only have one to all of these areas here, guys, to fight off the Japanese. Nice. Our AA gun is providing more support here, although it didn't seem to have done any damage to that attack. And just like the real Battle of Pearl Harbor, guys, the enemy presence is massive. And we can probably accomplish most of those secondary objectives. Let's go ahead and get this Jeep to Hickam Field. Liftoff! A few brave and lucky pilots have managed to man their aircraft and get them airborne. These guys are going to be able to provide some much-needed eyes in the sky against the enemy. And we're going to go for their weaker planes here. Or I should say their weaker squadrons. Just want to pick them off sort of one by one. It would be great to sort of like, you know, spread the damage out, but certainly air units in this game have a bad habit of getting the heck out of here when they're too damaged, and we don't want to give them the opportunity to do that. Okay, we got him down to 2 guys. We just got to keep moving that Jeep, letting people know what's going on here at Pearl Harbor. Okay, boys. Here we go. I think I'm going to open up first on this unit. And again, I'm not too sure of what to do with this destroyer. I guess I'll move him over here, just in case the enemy has any forces over here. We can't use sonar after we've moved him, but next turn we can use sonar and see if there are any Japanese submarines in here. It could be pretty hard for them to make it into this actual strait, but anything's possible. We're so close to taking this guy down. Let's see where else this Jeep can go. So I'm just looking around to see the closest victory points. Okay, we can go to Wheeler Army's HQ, or we can go to the AWA villages. I think I'll head to the Wheeler HQ. And I hope we're heading in the right direction, because maybe there's an area much closer. All right, ending the turn once again, folks. Now, I want to see if at any point we can purchase units. We might be able to. We don't need U.S. infantry. We need some sort of anti-air unit, like the 37mm, but no, it doesn't look like we have enough. I think this mission is entirely about getting to those airfields, getting to those bases, and letting people know that we're under attack. End the turn. Boy, did they just sink one of our ships? They did, guys. We've got to be very careful. Yeah, and these ships, for the most part, have to survive until the end of the turn. If that doesn't happen, we are going to lose. Keep at least one battleship alive, so I guess we are ready. That doesn't make sense. Hold on a second. Mistaken identity. The first wave of Japanese aircraft was mistaken for B-17 bombers scheduled to arrive from the USA. Now, the actual B-17s have returned. And while these bombers cannot engage the enemy directly, they do provide a useful pair of eyes in the sky. Okay, not really, but whatever. We'll see how they do. Bring them over. Of course, since we don't really have any enemy ground targets yet, yeah, they're pretty much useless. But if they try to attack a B-17 Flying Fortress, this is one of those bombers that has a lot of defenses on it. I mean, it's got a machine gun on the back. I believe it's got a machine gun on top, underneath the actual plane itself. So it can certainly fight off quite a lot of enemies. There's a reason it's called a Flying Fortress. So maybe we can actually get the enemy to attack that B-17. I think that would work out pretty well. In the meantime, keep the attack going. We can take out this guy once and for all. I'm actually going to try to shoot him down with the AA. By the way, guys, just like the German 88, with the American 37mm M1, if you're ever in a land-based battle, you can click this button right here, and this will essentially become an anti-tank gun. Just something to keep in mind. Yeah, go get them, boys. Okay, guys, let's see. So I think we're going to head to, yeah, the Wheeler Army Air Force Base. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about any Japanese ambushing us here on land, as far as I know. We never actually landed in Hawaii. But they definitely hit it quite a bit. All right, let's go ahead and ping. Do a little sonar sweep here. So far, that particular submarine hasn't arrived, but somebody mentioned in the comments that it would arrive, so we're getting ready for that. All right, turn 5, folks. I like how the destroyer is able to fire his AA guns, in between turns, sort of as reactionary fire, but not actually able to directly target the enemy. Maybe we're missing something there, because there should be some AA guns on board we can use. They might not be very effective, but, even even if they take out 1 or 2 enemy planes, that's great. Hostile waves. Oh my goodness. Our coastal radar stations have picked up a signal of new Japanese attack wave approaching the island from the northeast. This is, of course, going to be a problem. We just want to try and build up our defenses as much as possible before they arrive. But we're already dealing with a bunch of Japanese planes. So this is just going to make things a lot harder for us. Let's see, once again, I'm not seeing that option to open fire on the ships. There we go. We've got the enemy submarine. And we've spotted him, sure enough. He is not submerged currently. Besides, we're a destroyer. We're pretty much made to destroy subs. Let's get him. It's down to 3. And I think that Kyohyoteki class, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that horribly, is in trouble. I wonder if I can get here and fire. I think I can. We're moving this guy around a lot, but I'm doing this entirely just to get some more kills. And actually, he was able to take that down completely by himself. I thought he was going to need the assistance from the fighter pilot, but it looks like he's going to be just fine, and that Warhawk can focus on other targets. Let's go ahead and hit these guys here. I was hoping for an instant kill, but what can I say? We'll take it. All right. 5 of 15. Where's that Jeep? Come on, son. You're almost there. Then again, we can go to the Iwa villages and unlock this right now. Yeah, I'm going for it, guys. So there we go, an anti-air gun. And it looks like we're going to have to wait an entire turn just to get there to Kaliloa. That's kind of frustrating. But we'll send this over immediately. So we're sending over our gun guys, our AA gun, to protect Pearl Harbor. It's always good to have more, and since we have this Studebaker truck to move the thing, we can actually get it there pretty soon. Okay, end the turn once again. It's actually going to take them a lot longer than I expected to get here, so we might be okay from that second enemy attack wave. Keep in mind, guys, we only have to survive 9 more turns. Can we do it? I don't know. I'm not sure. Here we go, opening fire at the enemy once again. Now, again, I doubt we can take this guy out, but again, the goal here is really just to lower the amount of planes in that squadron. So even if they do get a successful attack against one of our ships, the damage is going to be pretty much negligible. We don't really have to worry about it. All right, we spotted him again. Can we go ahead and attack? Yes, we can. And I think we're about to destroy that submarine with depth charges, guys. That is a dead Japanese sub. And how terrifying would it also be to be destroyed under the waves? I can't imagine how bad that would be, man. That's a bad way to go for sure. I think I'll take the bomber here. And again, he can't engage directly, but I'm going to send him towards this oncoming sort of wing of Japanese fighters to see what they've got. And hopefully, they'll attack him. Might get a lucky shot here, guys. Oh, unfortunately, we can't spot the enemy. Otherwise, that could be a very lucky shot. And what I'm going to try to do, this is kind of frustrating because once we land here, we can't move a second time. So I think we're just going to have to do it. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Let's go ahead and move into Kaliloa. And a few brave and lucky pilots once again managing to take off. At least we've got another Hawk that can come to the fight. Protect our ships. We'll just have to wait till next turn to move that guy. And as for the destroyer, I don't think he's going to have much more importance in this battle, but you never know. Maybe the Japanese have yet another submarine that's going to try and sneak in here. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, clawing back, a wing of F4F Wildcat fighters. These are Wildcats have arrived from the USS Enterprise aircraft carrier. My goodness, so we're getting so much support here. I feel pretty confident, honestly. I think at this point, the Japanese have done the most damage. That they're gonna. I hope, of course, that they've done the max damage that they're gonna do. And the second attack wave, we're gonna be able to pretty much stop it, or at least destroy it fairly quickly. That being said, we're still going to be engaging these guys. I'm still going to try to take out individual fighter wings, so we don't have to worry about them coming back at all. As you can see, this guy would actually get some support from his buddy here, so I'm going to move around to this side, north of Fort Island. He might still be getting support. My goodness, yeah, definitely. Wow, okay, that was very surprising. We want to be careful there, and that Warhawk pilot is in trouble. Nonetheless, we still have another Hawk over here. Trying to find a way to shoot this guy down, but it's becoming increasingly hard. Beautiful. We got him, guys. I didn't think we were going to be able to because he's got a lot of support here from this Zero. That's the Zero. So these guys are Zeros right here. The A6M2. Beautiful plane, very fast. We can take that guy out, and they're not going to have anything, really, in this area. At least not for a while. Alright, send this guy up north. Drive faster, son. And let's go ahead and get over here. We already see some of the enemy planes, so we can get kind of an eye on the situation. Wow, that's frightening. Okay, I take back what I said. We could have a problem. When you start seeing that many enemy planes arriving, you start to realize the possibilities here. Let's see. Hopefully they're going to just target this B-17 and essentially just ignore the rest of our forces. Not likely, but let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else coming in here. Oh, nice. We still got another shot with the AA. Why not, guys? I'll open up. Shame that we can't get the Wildcat here immediately. Hey, how you doing, Van Bishop? Good to see you, bud. Once again, guys, I want to remind you about that Slytherin holiday sale. 90% off to a lot of the games that you guys are sure to want. Maybe things you guys will be planning to get. Make sure to head to the Slytherin store and check that out. Again, this is definitely the best time to be purchasing games. In general, I mean, this is where you're going to get the cheapest games possible. So make those buys and let us know what you end up getting as well. Okay, we've got even more guys coming in from the west. I thought it was just that attack wave, but it doesn't look like it. They completely ignored the B-17. That's just rude. Come on. Open fire at us. They must think we're suicidal. Here we go. Welcome aboard. So I could send these guys out to intercept that incoming attack wave, but I'm not sure I want to leave this area unguarded. It's a tough decision. And we've got AA guns here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave these guys here, actually. I'll let the enemy come to us. Maybe, like, once they get to this area right here, sort of the outskirts, I'll consider attacking. But yeah, I think them coming to us is much better just because we seem to have a lot of AA guns here, some ships, and all they can do is essentially provide cover. Why not try and get that cover? Come on. Ignore the speed limits. Keep on going. And with this Hawk, yep, we're just going to end the turn. One thing I will do is move the Wildcat over here. I think that's about all I'm going to be doing. I'll also bring the Destroyer back, because remember, he does get that sort of reactionary fire to any of the enemy planes, so that should work out well for us. Yeah, there's no reason to attack there because we've got nothing in range. Okay, guys, time to engage targets here. Let's go for this guy. First of all, I'll smash him with the AA. And we've got to be careful. It looks like the Warhawk needs to get to an airfield fairly soon. Let's send him to Hickam Field here and have him land. Let's actually, the first planes that we've actually landed here, we can, you know, definitely sort of reinforce them, build up that, that fighter wing once again. And this guy's not going to manage to get anybody. We're going to go in with the Wildcat and our Hawk. I think we can take this Tanko down. Go get him, Hawk. Another kill for our P-36 squad. Beautiful, guys. So far, the defense is going pretty well. But once again, we got this plane here, this plane, as well as the these two. Thankfully, they're kind of focusing on Kanaho Bay. We don't really have to worry about them too much. But also the western enemy attack wave here. It's a threat to us. All right, let's see what we get over here at Wheeler Army Air Force Base. An AA gun, and we get another Hawk, I believe. So let's open up. This guy thought he was going to get away. This Zero thought he was just going to be able to bomb Wheeler Air Force Base with no repercussions whatsoever. Absolutely not. Going to let him know what happens when he messes with us. Let's get on this side and open up, and actually might lose some guys in this dogfight. Not one-sided at all. As you can see, the Zero is more than capable of putting up a decent fight. I think at that point we'll end the turn. And eventually we will fix this squadron. Oh, cool. Van Bishop says, it requires some effort, but it's technically possible in this scenario to wake up all units before the end of the battle. Very cool to know that. I don't know if we'll succeed, but I hope we succeed at winning the battle. Yeah, it's actually gotten a lot deadlier here with the second wave. I thought the first wave was going to be the absolute worst of our troubles. That's clearly not the case. This second wave is just as much, if not more, of a threat. Because there's just more planes. It's like, really that simple. Now, we might be able to still, guys, get this these secondary objectives completed if we can use all of the primary VPs. You know, we're going to get the secondary objective if we visit all the airfields as well, but also if we shoot down 5 enemy aircraft, and I think we're really close to that one, to shooting down the 5 enemy aircraft. So let's see if we can't reach that goal here. We're just going to completely surround this guy. Unfortunately, we're going to have to bring some of these units back. It's kind of annoying. The great thing about these AA units is they can move and fire in the same turn. That's not true with all AA units in the game. This is a good example. So I moved him with a truck instead of moving him just with a gun. We're not going to be able to fire with him this turn. Let's actually bring this fellow over on this side of the enemy plane. Yeah, I had a feeling he would get out of here. So we'll do exactly what we're doing with the rest of our party. We're just bringing these guys back to Pearl Harbor just as quickly as possible. I don't think we're going to be able to hit that plane this turn, but at least we know he's there. Let me just look. Are there any other victory points nearby? So we could go to Punalu, Waikane. These are all victory points. What about in the north? No. Well, actually, Halewa. But that seems a little too far to even travel to, honestly. Yeah, I think I'll go east. And I hope I'm taking the right route. You just never know what you're going to be able to unlock, depending on the victory points you actually visit in this battle. I'll also bring this this bomber. I'll actually just use him to scout around. Okay, that's right. We got to repair our Warhawks. Let's do that. So we got them back up to 8 guys. They're going to be able to join us next turn. And our ships are escaping. Good news for them. Absolutely great. Torpedo bombers are dangerous. Very much so. Oh, that's how you do it. I was wondering. Thank you so much, Van Bishop. I was wondering how to get a unit on that island. Yeah, I figured we would eventually unlock enough requisition points to get an infantry unit, but you make a great point. we can just go ahead and get one of these AA units onto a boat, go over there, and just take the island. Okay, drawing the attention of most enemy aircraft, our battleships are taking heavy damage. Several ships are already burning and sinking after the continuous barrage of bombs and torpedoes. That's not good. So let's see. We'd have to get this to a port, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we could do this. Oh, wait a minute. What did I just do? I moved our plane instead of the ship. That's okay. We can still fire. But we're going to have to wait until next turn to actually unlock the guys on that central island there. And this time we're going to actually be able to use the AA, thankfully. Alright, that Kanbaku's life is going to be ending very shortly. Scratch one bandit. Despite the surprise attack and the ensuing chaos, our pilots and ground crews have managed to shoot down a significant number of enemy aircraft. This loss of experienced pilots may hurt the Japanese combat efficiency in the long term. Beautiful. It's a Pyrrhic victory. Well, it's not even a victory for the Japanese. I guess it's a victory in an ideological sense, maybe even a tactical sense, attacking the Americans when they were unprepared. But I think it's still technically an American victory. I guess, how does history record it? Obviously a massacre of Americans, but, you know, they still were on the island at the end of the battle. I'm not sure if that makes a difference, though. I don't even think we need this AA gun. I'm going to move him here just in case we have any more of these Western units heading over here to the Wheeler Army Air Force Base. And we'll keep heading east. Okay. Oh, that's right. We still have this bomber. I'll actually push him over here. Like I said, we still have 3 enemy planes. I wonder what they're doing, but it looks like they're actually getting away from the island. So they could be heading back to their respective ships. I think that kind of makes sense since they've taken so much damage. They're not going to be much use to Imperial Japan anymore. At least not those guys. Okay, we can actually intercept some of these guys before they make it here with the Hawk, the P-36 Hawk. Beautiful. Looks like that Kenko does have a rear gun there. I did not know that about that model. It's a Japanese bomber, so it's definitely capable, I guess. Somebody sits in the back, someone sits in the front to steer it. Kind of a weird design, but hey, whatever works, right? I wish I had known that before. Thanks, Van Bishop. So Van Bishop is saying if you get that top left objective, you actually unlock an Admiral, and I would agree with him. That would be absolutely key. All right, we're almost to 15 turns, 12 of 15. I mean, I don't think we can lose. We probably still can. Hope they don't target that Jeep. I don't think they would. All right, let's go ahead and start opening fire. Trying to see if we can get into a position where we can take down, or we can shoot down more than just one. Beautiful, we got him. Good shooting, guys. At this point, we will drop off the AA gun, and next turn we will unlock those guys in the middle. As far as I can tell, none of our air crews, except for that one, obviously that was damaged, are in need of any sort of fuel. I think our bomber crew is probably going to need it pretty soon, but we don't really care about them. Let's start bringing our Flying Fortress back. I don't want to lose any units, even if they're completely unnecessary in this battle. I want to try to keep everybody alive. That's going to be the destroyer that hasn't moved yet. All right, 13 of 15. And like Van said earlier, it's technically possible to unlock all these victory points in 15 turns. But man, I think that would be really difficult. Really, really difficult to do that. Because I can't see. I mean, right now, the Jeep isn't even moving as far as it did before, and I think it's because we've got some jungle, difficult terrain covering the roads here. I'm sure if you take like the correct route every time, of course you're going to get to those locations a lot faster, but we've definitely gotten this Jeep stuck in this location on the drive to Punaloo. We're probably not even going to get him there before the end of the battle. Nonetheless, I don't think we really need him anymore. I think we've pretty much shaved the troops, or I should say the ships. And at this point, I'm just going to try to shoot down as many Japanese aircraft as possible. As mentioned in that previous message, this is going to affect the Japanese even later on into the war, losing this many pilots on one day. All right, let's land this guy. He's almost out of fuel. The last thing we need are guys crashing to their death because of lack of fuel. Good shooting, boys. I'm going to do the same with this guy, guys. He's not in need of fuel, but I'd like to go ahead and reinforce him a bit. Let's land. And there we go. Ford Island has been, or we've woken up the guys on Ford Island. How they were not aware of all of that action going on around them is beyond me. But I guess alcohol does weird things to people the next morning. Okay, we got a Warhawk. It would be pretty useful initially in the battle, but right now, I think I'm just going to keep him here pretty much. That's okay. Continue. That's certainly going to be a victory, guys, in Pearl Harbor. We didn't get every single one of the secondary objectives, but I'm sure it's possible. It's certainly a challenge. And they are attacking our Jeep. That is... I mean, it's one thing to attack our port, but come on, man. Leave the Jeep alone. It's a medical Jeep on top of it. Top of everything else. Let's see if we got any targets near us. How fast can you fly? I don't think they're going to be able to get there in time, but I'm still going to try. And I think that's just going to be a big win right there. Okay, guys, one more turn, and that's a GG. Let's see if I can still get him. I think I can. Oh, we're just out of reach. We're just out of reach. So that guy's definitely going to be able to escape. That's too bad. Okay, end the turn. And there we go, guys. That's an aftermath after 2 hours of relentless aggression. The sky has finally cleared of Japanese aircraft. The attack on Pearl Harbor is over, but the war has only just begun.